But if I couldn't get that one working because I didn't know how to use it, I was planning on using GraphQL Gen. All right. Yeah, I think I need to generate the types before I start setting up the resolvers. I'm having a lot of fun with GraphQL schema TypeScript. Yeah. Yeah, I think I just forgot to highlight videos. I can't remember what I did. It's been so long since I've live streamed before. I think it's probably been like around a year, maybe longer. All right. Oh, am I too far away from the mic? Maybe too. All right, so basically we need to find a user first. And I need to do an OR operation. I'm actually not sure how to do that OR operation in Typeform. I'm looking for and because it's going to be the exact same syntax. So you want to learn coding. I would start with what you want to build. Do you want to build websites? Do you want to build machine learning algorithms? Do you want to build apps? Do you want to build video games? I would start from what you want to build and then reverse engineer that. Yeah. I'm guessing I use like maybe something like this from Typeform. No, that wouldn't work. All right, we're just use a query builder. And I forget how this thing even works, to be honest. How good of vanilla JavaScript should we be before learning React? What I did is I was actually kind of already familiar with Java, and I didn't actually really know JavaScript that well, but I kind of knew it because Java is similar-ish, and then I just kind of like dove straight into React and picked up JavaScript as I was learning React. Wait, wasn't there an array where? So you pass in like your two options to the array, you're thinking? Hey, I would like to do this challenge too. Is there any way I can watch this stream from the start? I don't think there's a way to start this stream from the start on Twitch right now, but after I'm done with this, it's going to be up on my YouTube channel, and so you can watch the whole video there if you want. Have you tried alternatives to Node on the back end? Elixir, for example, Code Sandbox is using Elixir with a good ORM ecto. I have not tried out Elixir. and I pretty much have done primarily just Node on the back end. And reason for that, right now I'm really liking static typing, so I haven't chose Elixir or have done Elixir, but I've heard really good things about Elixir, and it looks like it has a really nice, Phoenix looks like a really nice framework. I've actually tried it around with it a little bit, and I like functional languages, and I've heard their ORM is really good too, and so it may be good enough for me to switch over. We'll see. Just click on the one that's been going for 2 hours, just scroll back to beginning, import in from. Yeah, so like here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna say get one. Here we're gonna say email. Say user.email. And we're going to say get connection. Let's close this. All right, so that'll fetch our user for us. Let's go give this a try. Saffron's going well. App is released on the App Store, and very soon I am considering open sourcing it, so that's going to be cool. Let's see if server crashed or not. Nope, server did not crash. All right, so do we have this user? Yes, mutation. We need to reread the schema. Undefined. Let's make sure I created this user. Email's already in use. Okay. Cool, so we got a user back. And now let's use that email. And we get an email back. All right, so that worked. So if we cannot find a user, so this is where I'm just gonna give a generic message and say password, and then just say invalid login. I am 21. So if we don't get a user, we're going to give them an error. After that, after we grab the user, we're going to confirm that they gave us the right password for that user. So we need to import Argon. So we'll pass in the hash first. So the hash is going to be user.password. And plain text is going to be input.password. And here we're going to just say invalid password again. And I'm just going to create an object up here. We're going to say invalid login response, because we're going to be using this a couple times. At what age did you start programming? I think I said at around 16, I think I started Java, and around 18, I started web development. All right, cool. So we didn't get, and this needs to be awaited. Yeah, I should add a command for that. All right, so now we're going to verify that we get the right password. Yeah, I finished school. I graduated in August. Cool, so we get an invalid login there. Well, let's use the right password. And we got valid. So we got that worked. You know, I need to actually set up, that's something I haven't set up yet. I need to just create my own personal website and like set up my portfolio on there. I guess right now, kind of GitHub you can look at, but stuff is pretty scattered. All right, so if they made it to this point, that means they have correctly logged in. We know they're the right user, so now we just need to persist them. And I'm going to be using Express Session for that. What are your plans now? Do you already have a job? So my plans are to continue doing YouTube videos and working on my side project, and then do consulting to make money. So right now I do not have like a official full-time job, but I do consulting on the side. Oh, yep, so let's install this. And I think we're gonna have to install the types for that, and we're gonna be using Redis. Add that. Connect Redis. And then we need to install the types for both of that. Exactly. Build something new and get rich. That's the plan. Consulting for companies or devs, can you dive in on it? So right now I actually just joined a group a little while ago called the Guild, and basically we do consulting for companies, and we basically build the software for them. And they do GraphQL, TypeScript, React stuff. So, all right, we got the types for it. Let's set it up in our project. Are you playing games? Like, do I play video games? I currently don't play any more video games. I'm not sure why I just searched Express. Sometimes my brain just goes to mush in the middle. Alright, so what I want to do next is set up Express Session. And I guess I'm going to just take the config that I'm using for the full stack project. Session secret I really should be setting up in an environment variable file. At some point we may be using Redis, so I'm just going to go ahead and install IO Redis. Well, we're going to be using Redis, but I mean using Redis directly, I should say. Let's see if it's happy with this. Okay, they're happy. They split the package into two. What did they split it based off of? The code review requester to pay the reviewer. Yes, so basically what I'm thinking for this is that first I'm definitely going to have, the idea for the project is people are going to be able to request code reviews. So I have some code and I want people to like look over it. And so I'm basically going to set up options. I can either, they split it based off of whether you want to just limit it or whether you want to slow it down or just like totally block the requests. I think I saw Express slow down. But yeah, sorry. So they can either pay money. So like they can just be like, hey, here's my project. Could you check this out? It's a free thing. Like, and what I'm thinking is as a reviewer, to verify that we have good experts, is experts will kind of do code reviews for free. So like maybe they'll do like 3 code reviews for free. And then they build up like kind of a base of, hey, they're actually good at code reviewing and they know what they're talking about. They can then take on paid code reviews. And so what I'm thinking there is we'll have people that request reviews. And they could be like, hey, I have $20 or something. And they are like, can you please review my code? And then experts will be like, yes, I can. And the idea there is I basically need to set up a Stripe account for the reviewer. And basically I pay out. So I pay the person who wants the review, pays the person who gives the review, and then I take a fee in the middle, basically is what happens. Kind of like how a Patreon is set up, where Patreon people can donate and then Patreon takes a fee in the middle. That's basically the idea of how it's going to get set up. Let's add the types for that. But yes, Stripe Connect, and I'm thinking I'm going to do like a Stripe standard account for it. I looked a little bit over it, but also it's kind of involved to set up. I'm thinking, and yes, built-in reward system of some sort, yeah. But I'm thinking basically Stripe is going to be one of the later things I set up, and maybe the project will only be free for the hackathon because it depends how long it takes to set up Stripe, and we'll see how far we get. Okay, so yeah, we got that. And we're not going to worry about production right now. We'll add that stuff later. So this is going to be our IO Redis that we get from that. Doesn't like it, we'll go ahead and do that. Redis session prefix. We're not going to worry about that for now. I'm fine calling this QID. This looks good. 7 days. I'm going to make this 7 years. Secure only in production. Good. Yeah, we'll see. So my biggest hurdle actually I don't think is going to be Stripe. I think my biggest hurdle is going to be designing. We'll see how that goes. All right, so sessions there. So what does this mean for us? Now I can set up the context. Man, without a prefix, are you going to get confused with Redis though? Well, so with the prefix, I can just use the default prefix that they give us. The prefix, if I want to directly access Redis and access the sessions, then I want to set a prefix. For now, I'm not going to do that. But if I come to the point where I do want to do that, I'll come back and add it. All right, so we can get the request object and the response object. I don't think I need the request object or the response object right now, so I'm just going to pass in the request object. Yeah, the biggest hurdle actually is probably going to be that too. But you know what? I like interacting with the chat, and it's going to be difficult to code the entire time either way. And here I'm going to say any. Coolio, and now in my resolver, we're going to say request, and we're going to have to add the context there. Request dot session dot user ID is equal to user ID. All right, so that's how we're going to persist our user. Now, how do we specify the context with this generator? That's something I think they have set up. I'm going to have to figure out. I'll be moving to America next year for Web Java. Thanks. If we ever meet at a conference, definitely earned a beer. Thanks, man. Love to catch up sometime. Let's go check out the site. Do I still have a tab for the generator? Have I coded 100 hours a week? How much would that be a day? 14 hours? Yeah, I don't think I've ever done that. Code generator. See if they have anything here. Oh, I guess you're counting not weekends. Oh, how is it 16? Oh, I see. Ah, this is what we want. We want a custom context type. Which one is easier, Python or Java? I would say Python is easier. You know what? What indentation do I need? Do I want there or there? Okay, same level as plugins. I'm going to call it source/context. Inner interface. So we're going to have a request object on there. And this is coming from Express. And let's go ahead and export it. So that's just the name of my context. So we're going to say anything. So now I should be able to generate the types for it, assuming my server starts up. Yeah, I haven't tried Vue yet. Do I know hacking? I mean, not really, but I kind of like understand how authentication systems work, so I could theoretically know how to get around them, but nothing in practice. I don't know why I went to my package.json. We wanted to see if the types got updated with a context object, which should be over here. So what that thing just did there is now, hopefully, request should have the right thing, and it doesn't. So I messed something up. All right, so dot source. Okay, so it's just the wrong path. Dang, I corrupted the types. What front-end framework are you using? React.js. Can you make a robot? Sure. I reckon you work crazy hours as long as you don't skip sleep. There's a TypeScript version of data loader now, by the way. Are you talking about there's one that's like specific for TypeScript as opposed to just installing data loader and installing @types/data loader? Trying to decide what the easiest thing for this is. Probably if I get rid of the type over here myself. Hey Iris. Alright, and now I'm going to say this is anything. Does that work? Yay. Server starts. Let's generate. And now I can get rid of this. Still no? Oh, it's not using the context. That's so weird. It's called batch loader. Have you ever done Next and Redux? I haven't tried out Redux with Next, but I've used both independently. Cool, man. Let's see batch loader. So this is a Ruby version. You're using the new context API, static context type in the class. This is not React context. Right now I'm working on the server, so this is a GraphQL server, and those are TypeScript types I'm looking at. What is the advantage of this? This looks similar how I would add type definitions when I'm using data loader. I think I might have had like, do you just not have to add the generic types and it does it for you? All right, we'll come back to that whenever we add data loader. We'll consider it. All right, so I imported context. I have my context object here. And for whatever reason, it's just not using it. So my guess is I must have just like messed this up somewhere. So if you wish to add a custom type context, you don't have to specify it every time. Exactly. I mean, we followed that. Too much. I'm just going to kill the types and remake them. Maybe that. I see no reason why it shouldn't work. Oh, crap. So I keep having this problem where my server is not up. So what I'm going to add to this is I'm going to have start be that, but I'm going to create a dev one. And what this dev one does is it's going to add it's going to start TS node. And we're going to say no transpile. So, or transpile only. That way it doesn't check the types, and that way the server can start up and we don't have any problems. But really what I should be setting up is, maybe I should just set it up where it doesn't get it from an endpoint. That's even better. You know what? Instead of setting up this transpiling stuff, why are at types and dependencies? That's just a straight mistake. There you go. Alright, so we're currently grabbing the schema from a URL, but now I want to add the schema from a different format. Yep, let's just do this. This is what I really should have just started with. Mutation was defined more than once. Alright, we need to figure out if I can get it to stitch. I think I can. So basically I have my schema merged or set up in multiple schemas. You can either a string point to your schema or a string point to multiple schemas, and they will be merged. Yeah, I want to merge my schemas. Oh, I guess I had multiple schemas like that and then they merge it. Do you think 24 hours is short? It's definitely short to try creating a project in. But basically what you do is you just limit the scope. So I'm just going to do a schema.js file at the top here. So in my server, I'm going to say schema.js. And what schema.js does is exactly what our create schema does. Alright, so it looks like it can import that stuff okay. And do I just need to export default it? Alright, see if that works. Actually, I have it in my outer folder, so we're just going to say schema.js. I think it wants me to do require. Schema glue. Unexpected token export. So what I'm doing I'm using GraphQL modules, and this is working nicely to merge my schema together. But I just need to get my CodeGen tool to know about my entire schema. Must provide type defs. So now this is going to be source. Unexpected token star. Yeah, I'm not sure. Okay, this is basically what we're doing. If your schema has a different kind of way of loading, you can specify a custom loader field. I don't think Apollo has anything for generating types on the back end. Yeah, I don't think I want to deal with this right now. We're going to just move forward. Yeah, doesn't the CodeGen tool just generate your types for your queries and mutations on the front end, or does it also do it for resolvers? They generate all types from the graph. But does it create the types where it's like this? Oh, I deleted my folder. TypeScript -- build. Yes, I'll be using that. And that's how I will actually build my server. I just uncommented this. Oh, I didn't save it. Yarn generate. TypeScript. Yes, I actually like TypeScript even for speed. I feel like I am faster that way. I'll tell you what, I'm definitely slower playing around with the types right now. And I can't get out this context to do what I want it to. I'm probably missing something really small. Does the order matter? Nope. Yeah, I'm using GraphQL, the epoxy. Why is it not using my context though? I don't think the order should matter for this. Maybe because maybe I just need to name it something else. That could be what it is. Because could be a conflict in the names there or something. I don't know. Oh, I crashed my server doing that. Comment you out. This looks like it maybe is better. Yep, now it's using my context. Alright, so that was it. I just need to give it a totally different name. I should probably add an issue to the repository about that. Maybe they mentioned it here, not to name it context. I should just named it something else. Yeah, it is kind of like my TypeScript setup server. Alright, so now we have the types for that. All that work that I just did there, all that gives me is now I know the type of this is request. Alright, so possibly undefined. We know in this case that we have a session. So this is how you can cast it and verify. Alright, with that said, I think we're done with login. Well, let's verify. And I'm just going to close some of these tabs since I'm done with some of them. Alright, so I have my credentials set to include. I don't have cores set up right now. May have to add that. The other thing is I want to return a user right here. The place to check is my application. Let's clear this out. Run it. And we do not get a cookie. So this is the fun part where we debug that. You had so much trouble with cars in production? What do you mean cars? So we're going to say cores here. And what do we need to set that to? It doesn't give us anything. I think it takes, I forget what it takes, to be honest. Let's see what I have set for mine. The first call from Next.js to core is undefined from the server rate, then browser. What do you mean by that? Oh, you had problems with cores and Next.js, got it. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Actually, I have not tried that much. Yeah, I think I just need to set credentials to true. So here we're going to have to say what our front-end host is. We're hard coding it right now. It's going to be at 3,000 probably. Okay. That still didn't work. Let me verify I'm not using the course package. Server.start. Wait, am I adding it in the wrong place? Oh wait, no. I'm just using the core. Oh, because I was using GraphQL Yoga. Let's go to my branch that I set up for Apollo server. And let's see how I did cores for this. Okay, I did add cores as a package. I was thinking I need to do that. Okay. Yes, I am coding CodePonder right now. Yeah, I'm not going to add the cores Chrome extension right now though, because I want to make sure everything works without it. So you can add cores, I believe, through the middleware, but it doesn't always work for me. I like to just add it through Express. So we get a user back. Still nothing here. No pets. I have some pet fish. Request.credentials. Include. If the process environment is equal to production, we set secure. HP only. I think this should be false. I mean, the other thing we can try is we can pass the cores options to both. I actually don't use the whiteboard too much. And we may need to change the origin. And then the last thing we can try, refresh, yep, didn't work, is I'm going to add, so I added cores right here. I can now add cores after the apply middleware. I am 21. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun to debug. Yeah, this is when I was just trying to connect. I think it's okay though. Am I going to use React hooks or standard components? I think I'm just going to use standard components for this, because this is going to be actually put out in production and hooks are still alpha. Okay, so the fun thing about this is this request right here. I think it's sending me a cookie back, yeah. I mean, the thing about this is I actually don't need to get this set up, so I think I might not even just bother setting up the setting that up there. As long as we can get the cores working with the front end, that's more important, and I believe this setup should work for that. And I'm probably doing something small and silly. I'm gonna add the cores back up here. All right, so this is gonna be, we just set up the login. Facebook has been using it for months now in production. They say it's alpha, but they use it in production. Yeah, I mean, but they're willing to risk it, right? I mean, I wouldn't be against using hooks, but I would rather just wait on it. I don't feel a rush to use them. They are really nice though. But I mean, I'm going to be using a lot of libraries, right? And they're not even going to be compatible. Well, they're going to be compatible, but there's not going to be hooks that I can use from them. Some of them you can though. So what do I want to do next? I think I want to start, what did I have as my next thing? So this is kind of the list of things. So I can create an account and I can log in. I guess the next thing I want to set up is creating a code request. Or do I want to set up the front end next? I think I'm going to set up the front end next. I think I'm going to make some tea and go to the bathroom again, and then we'll get started on either creating the account on the front end or creating a code review request. Comment in the chat what you want to see next.